tall, gangly thing.
But enough about that. It is time to begin the grand finals here of Teamfight Tactics World Championship.
Already, it seems like everyone has kind of come in with a plan and ready to go. I mean, even on the other side here, we see Nukumaru with that early Callista, going the Legionnaires. Like, this is a really interesting start to this game.
Yeah, and a clash between two of the strongest attack speed synergies in the early game. Sentinels versus the Legionnaires. The Callista getting ganged upon. Hwanimi's the only person streaking, wants to protect it, and looks like he's going to be able to secure that lead. So at the end of stage 2, Hwanimi from China off onto the right foot. Speaking of how it's going to flesh out, Milk at 58 HP is not fully committing to the roll down. Instead, just leveling the 6. Does have his AP items made. What's your read on the situation here, Mort?
I'm actually pretty worried when I look at this situation. Mbappe was also playing Draconic, but specifically he's level 6, only 30 gold, which when you've had Draconic for this long, that is not a lot of gold, which means you've probably low-rolled some eggs. Does have the Ashe 2, but not the Zyra 2. I think looking at those items, he was really hoping for the Zyra 2. I mean, realistically, you're not playing it, but certainly, you know, when you see that Galio and you're already in the Draconic tree, your eyes kind of light up a bit. But you're right, the correct play here from Mbappe is definitely to not take that. And so on the other side, we do see the other player here, and you can see the power of Zyra over Ashe, because Ashe, unfortunately, the arrows get stuck. They do more damage, but they only hit the front line, whereas the Zyra was able to go back and hit the Ashe, take the Ashe out, and give the edge here in the Draconic mirror matchup.
Yep, very much so, and delivers a blow to snap Milk's winning streak. Take a look at the can do it.
Aphelios 1. Yeah, again, this is where we see just how skillful of a roll down can you do. And he's going blazingly fast.
Yeah, he has one of every single carry, has a pair of Lucians, still looking for the Aphelios, willing to pull a trigger, second Draven, so he does have 2 stars, but he's passing the Draven, committing to the Lucian just for now, because I think that's what he has available to him, but without 6 Sentinel, won't be at max power. This looks temporary to me, and honestly, that was kind of a tragic roll down, Mort. I was expecting way more to come out from Shuriken's board there.
Yeah, the fact, he was definitely looking for the Aphelios, only found 1, has the Nico, so wants that second one. And so now you have the position where he has kind of suboptimal Lucian items, is only running 4 Sentinel. Meanwhile, on the other side, we see a much better itemized Lucian with 6 Sentinel, and it's just not even close.
Oh, Shuriken, big damage now down to just single digits. Milk is out in 8th place. Okay, well, taking a look at this board from Escha, a nice hidden Zephyr up his sleeves, removes the Galio front line, which means the taunt is going to come delayed and potentially give that opportunity.
Oh, the hook,
the death sentence, stopping and pulling the Lucian closer within Ruden's Tempest range. Trying to see if he can close it out. Escha trying to get the advantage here over Chitu and keep that streak alive. But not enough. Chitu able to take out the Kled, and Kled through with no items is going to be no match for this Rel and this Rakan.
Escha just hits level 9, which is very uncharacteristic this early of a Hellion comp. So
pushing levels by hitting that early Kled, and I mean, that we'll see what he's able to do with it. He did have 5 Hellions. He's going up against what looks like to be that Vel'Koz board. That Spellweaver Fiddlesticks is right there, ready to go with the Crow Storm. And here we go, the teleport, but it's only going to hit the front line, not the back line. Vel'Koz Disintegration Rate also misses Aphelios. Huge moment here for Hwanimi, so he can get a second chance at a Dark Vigil to limit the back line. No, not able to do it with the interrupt. The huge interrupt, the stun, and the elimination. Many people peg him as the player to watch from China, and he also has 7 Galios. Are we going to see another 4-cost 3-star, but this time in the form of a tank?
So, big thing I wanted to call out here, by the way, is from Escha's board, we do not see this often. This is a Kled 3 with a Garen 2. A Garen 2 to protect that Kled. This is so much tankiness that I don't think I've ever seen a capped board quite like this.
Wow, big damage again. That any player that goes up against Mbappe is just going to get full wipe. This is such a strong board.
Yeah, we talked about it, you know, the whole time they were playing the Draconic was this Zyra 3. If you watch this Zyra 3, just how much damage it can unleash, as well as they are always long stuns. And you can just see each cast is going to be subsequently bigger and bigger. And unfortunately, this Lucian has to get through that A-bomb before it can really do anything. Thankfully, the positioning was good here, but it's just not quite enough. There's just so... and there it is.
Chitu takes the loss. Does Escha lose? Is this a double kill? I think it is. And just like that, Mbappe from Latin America stamps game 1 with a victory, with a come-from-behind victory with Draconic Zyra.
Yeah, really props to him for that, because that is a variation of the Kled comp we have not seen. Everyone favoring the Kennen, but he recognized he didn't have
Let's get into game number 2 and hop on board with Latin America's Mbappe coming fresh off that first.
It worked out. There is a spatula on that carousel as well. G2's going to grab it right away. All right.
Denying Milk.
Lucky, we're going to take a look at G2. He's going to go and slam the Cav Spat right away, along with the Deathblade. So this is just going to be a really tanky. Like, talk about playing into your strengths. Like, he has a Nidalee too. Slam the Deathblade, slam the Cav Spat. That is a scary Nidalee.
Yeah, no kidding. She's a dismounted Cavalier, but now about to turn into the Cougar form and eat up all these rats for breakfast. Delicious Milk takes another full 5-0 wipe. Certainly, you know, he has more utility and support items than he has carry items, and so even if he completes this sword, which a lot of people tend to favor Infinity Edge to combo with Last Whisper due to the way the crit strikes interact with each other, he's going to have an opportunity to pick, you know, very flexibly with the Radiant. He also has 6 Kled, so he's actually pretty good spot to hit, and also Milk's right in that range where just as Radiant Armory kicks in, he should be around the Radiant Blessing range. So everything is lining up very nicely. I know Milk is 18 HP behind 7th place, but this looks like a good spot to get some Kledge action.
I mean, frankly, his board looks kind of strong. You might not be losing a ton of HP in the next couple rounds here. That Hecarim is actually going to shore up the front line a lot. And yeah, he takes a big chunk out of Hwanmi. Like you said, probably looking for that Lucian instead. Another little bit of rolling down. There's a Lucian. Picks it up immediately. Yeah, immediately sells that Udyr.
Yeah, but he's doing the thing that every player knows and hates about the transition part, which is everything on the board is 1 star, and you're just hoping, praying everyone else is just as weak. Hey, it turns out Escha only has a couple of 2 stars on his side. He does have the Earth Angel staff. He's going to cast base AP pretty high. No Jewel Gauntlet to crit, though. And as a result, the crit right back, the clap back from the Culling is going to hurt a lot. Curious what Shuriken wants to do with this spatula, or is it just simply to spite Milk, or is it because he's hoping that the Radiant Blessing gives him something good? We'll find out.
All right. Passes over Teemo. Don't have a lot of HP to pick that up. Picks up a second Jax. You know, I like Assassin Jax. I know it's a little bit unorthodox, but it would work with the items he's got. Assassin Gwen, honestly, is another option. So we'll see. I think this is going to be one of those games. You're going to have to get a little bit wacky. You're going to need to get a little bit creative here. Finds a Jax too.
Okay.
All right, let's get weird, Shuriken. Come on.
He wants to go Akshan carry and just hope that it's good enough. He's going to play generic, powerful frontline. Wants to go Akshan 2 and utilize the Nico. Aphelios is not the play. He does not have the Rage Blade, and Aphelios is very dependent on Rage Blade in order to ensure that he's at maximum power quickly. And he has good items for it as well. So I see what Shuriken's trying to do. The only problem is whether or not he can survive to get to that point. And here comes the Kledge. Shuriken was tweeting his frustrations about the Kledge composition. And if he gets...
I mean, that's just like this week in a nutshell, right, Frodan? I mean, it's been so close every single day. Obviously, the final lobby is going to be the same way. Goes up against this Lucian board now. And that's actually Rakan with a Ranger Spat. That's kind of interesting. Teemo getting some pretty huge hits, though. Yeah. That Teemo is strong, but I feel like there's just not enough in front of it all. Maybe I spoke too soon on this round, though.
Yeah.
Karma's still living.
I can't emphasize enough that Mbappe actually has a ton of power. His 4 Invoker board is one of the most capped in the game. Doesn't it not taking out this Akshan? Oh, no!
Oh, dude, I thought maybe he had a chance, but no, in
my
the end,
God.
It's a glass cannon.
I mean, when he looks back upon it, that might be one of the more impressive performances that Shuriken put out all week, and I cannot believe he did not go 8th place there, given that spot. But we do have, 5 other players that are currently alive. We're hopping on board an emblem-heavy carousel, and no one took the Hellion emblem away from Delicious Milk, Doa.
With that 6 Sentinel Lucian actually going to swap over to Delicious Milk. He's even got the Shroud. That's going to be good against some of these other boards. 8 Hellion is the play. Hellion Jax even.
Yeah.
All right, Omega Kled. Oh, but it's a Vel'Koz 3 on the other side.
Vel'Koz 3, and everything is lined up perfectly in Disintegration Ray. Kled dismounts, but instantly dies. Escha is coming for Milk. First playing is Kled, now using the AP comp. And Delicious Milk takes another big loss. Escha from Oceania is charging forward for first place in game 2. He even hits. Only a dozen gold or so left to roll. Gonna go down and chase that Draven 3, but people are pinging. I heard it in the PvE round, people are saying, hey, hold off on all the Dravens. Do not let this guy get it.
Seriously. I don't think he's going to find it. No, he can sell the Thresh for one more roll, but even then he can't really build it. No, does not get it. That is so rough. He's going to pop the Assassin emblem off. But who's he going to throw it onto? We'll see. Oh, no. Comes in as well.
No.
He's right in front of the Kled. You don't want to go face-to-face with the Kled 3 right on the Jax. Immediately takes it down. And that is exactly what Delicious Milk wanted. Nukomaru didn't get a chance to get the positioning he wanted after that rolling.
That's right. Tragic. This is the classic over-rolling Ironclads to try to fight off the other AD. Escha is basking in the glory of Vel'Koz 3 because he knows that no one is countering him with the Mystics. There are a couple of Shrouds, but we're going to focus on that later as Milk is going to just chew through the front line and hope that he has enough time to get to the Lucian. The calling number 2 against this Kled is going to be really big. Dude. Not able to get it off.
The little Kled 2, though. Hellion Kled on the Lucian. Lucian doesn't care. Maybe.
But he does.
What is it?
The Kled 2 able to finish it, and he's able to get the Cruel from this perspective. If he can finish off, maybe this Teemo can finish it off in a 1v1. Big stun from Rel.
GA. No, he couldn't quite kill the Rel. And that's Milk out in 4th.
Tekken and Diana throwing something as a way to try to disrupt that Vel'Koz. Escha was on the other side where he eliminated the Vel'Koz 3. Can he do it here?
All right, well, eyes on the Ukshan 2 right now. He's going to try to swing behind the Vel'Koz. Here comes the cast, though. Oh, the Ukshan dodges with that swing. Gets back in front, though. Oh, no, he gets tossed out. And that is going to be it. Escha with the first place. You can see the pop-off. And what a day he is having already. A 3rd and a 1st. Oceania has come to play for Odin.
But this man, it feels great to watch hard work be rewarded in the way that it has been so far.
So, I don't know. You want to make any predictions as far as what we're going to see this game? We're going to start with Mbappe, I guess.
Oriented gameplay, which is a little surprising to me at this stage of the tournament, but if everyone is leaning into that path, then I sort of get it. Meanwhile, you have Nukomaru, who has slammed an early Rage Blade onto the Zyra, has the 4 Spellweavers with that early Vel'Koz.
That's fast.
Yeah, that's very fast. A little bit unfortunate. You know, he slams the Rage Blade and is leaning towards playing a Zyra-based composition at this point, and then hits the high roll early Vel'Koz.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be one where you, I mean, you've still got the tier, so I guess you could still do like a Shojin's later for it, but you're going to be a little bit split, right? And the problem with this is that your front line is going to just be a little bit weaker. The Vel'Koz gets a cast off, but barely before it gets cut down by the Olaf from Delicious Milk. Item-wise, though, I really wanted a bow, I think, to theoretically finish off that Runan's Hurricane.
Yeah.
See what you can find on this roll down now, though.
Yeah, choosing to actually hyper roll, not something we've seen a lot of recently. Most players have elected to kind of play the slow roll where you stay above 50 gold. I don't expect to see him roll much past 30 in this situation, particularly since he hasn't found any more veins. Very unlucky. He is still rolling one vein away. Okay, so we are online. He's going to be able to, he found the upgraded Knight front line as well, so he's in quite a good position, though, as you mentioned, without the bow for the Runan's Hurricane, it essentially cuts your Vayne DPS in half, so absolutely expecting Hurricane to prioritize bow at all costs on the next carousel.
Yeah, you really need to. I mean, at least with the Vayne 3, you're going to be, winning some rounds now. Maybe not winning a lot. You're going to kind of go win-loss a little bit. I was going to say Hextech Lifeblade is probably what it's going to have to be. And, I mean, that is going to, in theory, keep your Vel'Koz safer later, or you can put it on a couple other things. But rough shot, for sure. Meanwhile, we're going to check out this G2 versus Shurikane. Shurikane, oh, he found the Radiant Runins. That's what the WoW from Bryce was about, no doubt. That's going to be a very strong Vayne board now.
In this game in order to get over the hump here. So every win is big, and he's just staring at the side, seeing if anyone is going to take that, anyone got him, though, anyone going to take that 8th place would be a really big deal. He then takes the spatula, denying the rest of the lobby, and Zishincha's dizzy here. He's going back for the for the Volibear, which is, in fairness, a very good unit, considering that he was leaning in towards a Revenant front line.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about G2 and how he's going to feel. I think he can build the Force of Nature now with that. Vel'Koz some of the damage that he's lacking by just not having a damage item on him. And theoretically, the Radiant Gunblade is going to be providing, not only that healing to the Vel'Koz and the shield, but also some healing to your front line as well.
Ooh, the Volibear.
All right. I like it. So the front line getting a little bit beefier now, getting a little bit more crowd control in, and everything, it's just all about what's going to give that Vel'Koz time, right? I mean, you've of course got 3 redeemed in there. You've got the Syndra to throw things away that might get near the Vel'Koz. And look at this, he's actually going to itemize the Lux a little bit too. This is going to help get those shields out. This is going to buff the front line, and there's going to be that strong auto attack coming up from the Lux after she casts her ability too.
Yeah, I really like this adaptation from Nukamuru, right? He does not want to play the 4 Spellweaver indefinitely without the Spellweaver spat. It's just not worth it from a unit perspective, particularly once you find the Volibear, but he is getting absolutely run over by this Vayne.
Back and check later. Meanwhile, Jichinche is banking on the Cavalier Teemo and a little bit of Aphelios.
Oh, the Viego is in the right place once again. It feels like every single time we go swap to a fight, we are looking at Chi2 thoroughly outpositioning someone. Such good understanding of his board composition. Yeah, not like this indeed.
Still only has 4 HP right now.
His board strength is perfectly fine. He has everything upgraded except for the Pike. He has solid items onto the Lucian, solid items onto the Galio. It's all coming down to positioning, and he's just barely on the wrong side here, Doa. From this spot, he's going to ult across to the Senna instead of to the enemy Lucian. Meanwhile, the enemy Lucian is going to ult across to his Lucian, although his Lucian is a genius and dodges out. This is the fun of the Lucian matchup. When and how are we dashing? Now the Lucians are wailing away on each other, and Juan Mi's Lucian reigns supreme. Mbappe is going to take a loss here and go out in 6th place.
Getting what could have potentially been the first shot on Juanmi's on the other side. So Mbappe out in 6th. That's going to make sure that he's going to have a hard time getting past that threshold. But let's check out Milk's board. And he has got an Akshan too.
We see him repositioning, getting the Shroud landed perfectly onto Escha's board. This is a very interesting matchup, as we saw last time. The problem with that Escha runs into in this matchup is there's so much backline access between the Aphelios cast that hit the entire board. This Akshan is going to circle around and get on, and the Diana. It's just so hard for Escha to be able to deal with Milk's board. It's a very, very easy fight win for Delicious Milk, but that's okay. The name of the game for Escha was not 8th. He has already secured it. Yeah, I'm feeling Shurikane too. He's on a 9-fight win streak. He is level 9 as well, along with a ton of gold to eventually be able to cap out his board. 20 gold already, but so much HP to work with. Hasn't even gotten the stimmy yet, right? So there's a Cavalier spat in his future that we know of. So Shurikane is in an excellent spot and getting a really important bounce back in this game. Taking a kind of bigger picture look for a second, we came in saying 5 players were capable of getting into the top Vayne board. He's starting to do it. We see a Rel upgrade. We see a Garen upgrade as well. Last second position from Juan Mi. Will it be correct?
Let's find out. The Shroud is certainly in a rough place for Juan Mi here. Hits basically all of his most important stuff. That Lucian's going to take a lot longer to cast here. Stun from the Senna on the other side comes through. But oh no, Akshan's in the back. He swings away, but he takes out everybody on his way through, more or less. And even Viego helping out a little bit there too. And that is going to send Juan Mi to the Shadow Realm. Delicious Milk, like showing his final form, where it's like, yeah, I use Kled to get here. That's fine. I can do that if I need to. If I get on a silver platter, I'll play it again. But he can pretty much bring anything he wants to at you in a given game. And here it is, Shurikane, 18 HP. Did he manage to find the positioning here to possibly beat it? No, the Viego right on the Vayne!
It's already over!
Again! It's a double agent, and the Vayne swap sides. Delicious Milk gonna win this one. Huge, and he's gonna do enough damage to win it all. Delicious Milk takes game 3.
Impressive as we look at the standings, and we see there's a relatively wide margin here with Escha and Chi2 both being above the threshold, and then it's unbelievably close, Doa.
100% confidence continuing as we load on into game number 4. It could be the final game.
Part of what makes the format so fun.
Ooh, Milk's goal might be to, yes, open fort fully, go for the 20 gold. This is the Delicious Milk that we know and love. Some players maybe hate, but oh man, okay, I gotta calm down a little bit.
Look at these uncombined items, Crow.
There's so many. There's so many.
I feel like I'm watching like a bronze lobby, right? Like I've taught. And on the other side of this equation, Croa, the incredibly movable object of Chi2 versus the incredibly stoppable force of Delicious Milk did do battle, and Milk has his loss streak snapped. Very unfortunate for Delicious Milk. He was hoping to avoid that matchup because Chi2's commitment to the loss streak cause knows no bounds.
The sword, but this is time for the Chi2 roll down. This could dictate Chi2 winning the game or falling in 8th place.
Oh my god, no gold in the Radiant
components.
Blessing is such a big deal in this situation. The items are nice, but he doesn't get the bow he's really looking for. Desperately wants a Rage Blade. Does have an Aphelios pair. There's Diana in the shop, so he can pick that up. Here's a Draven and a Galio. We'll see if he picks up the Draven. He does. He's going to be flexible. He's going to probably pick up the Lucian as well. He's trying to consider all of his different options here, Crowan. He's gotten a lot of good units, but there are a lot of units in different trees. No clear direction for Cheetu here.
Oh, no.
He is going to put the Draven in as well, just trying to build a generic frontline, backline board, and this is really important. Luckily, he's going up against Xingqiu, who just has a very weak board with a Nocturne 1 carry and some mediocre frontline units, so Cheetu should be able to stop the bleeding here and get a fight win, although I might be speaking too soon. This Kha'Zix in the backline, killing the Aphelios.
Yeah.
There's no damage left on Cheetu's board. There is a Lee Sin 2 that is going to be able to do some damage, but with so many units left alive for Xingqiu, it's just such a close fight here.
The Lee Sin's getting another cast, and it's going to hit multiple units. It could take out, yes, multiple at the same time. It is going to be a Cheetu win, but that was not clean, Bryce. That was definitely not. I mean, it has only 2 items, and it has the Radiant Runans. What do you feel about this Radiant on the Lucian?
Well, we talked about it earlier. It does work. It didn't used to work, but now because each tick of the ulti qualifies as an auto attack, you do get additional damage. Yeah, there absolutely is potential. He needs some other items here. Akshan is an insanely good carry at 2-star, but you really do want a healing item. It's just such a fragile unit. It's constantly dashing all over the board, which is, you know, his greatest strength is also his greatest weakness, right? On the one hand, he's able to de-aggro, and you get a lot of value on that. On the other hand, though, you wind up dashing into the enemy team a lot.
Yeah, and there's 3 spatulas right now, so Milk, grabbing one of them, has an uncombined bow ready. He's going to have a Hellion emblem. This is going to be where the Hellion composition shines. If it they did miss this one. I mean, there's still, you know, one more pitch coming. Maybe they can still hit it. Escha rolling down. Let's see if we land on some Garens, on some Karmas, and we land on both in the same shop?
And he doesn't even have to use the Nikos here. That's such a big deal because those Nikos could mean Karma 3 out, right? If he's going to try to win from this situation, Karma 3 is one way of doing it. He could also just double Nico the Volibear. The problem with double Nicoing the Volibear, though, is that I think he would have a hard time top 1ing this lobby. The double Nico the Volibear absolutely is how you would play for top 4, but again, he's not playing for top 4. He's playing for top 1, going up against this Lucian that is going to be casting into the Karma on the first cast. Such a big deal. Will this Karma stay alive? Ooh, the Volibear CC interrupts the first Lucian ulti. Here comes the second Lucian ulti, and there's enough meat in the way here. Garen will cast, and Karma should be able to deal with the Lucian. He does. Mbappe at the bottom. Yeah, such a big shop. Stabilization point for Escha. I'm actually a little bit surprised to see him rolling here because there's basically no way he can hit this many Karmas, and if you're playing for first place, you might as well greed and see what happens. There's another one. Not bad. I mean, he's coming up with a lot of Karmas. He's only going to be 2 Karmas off at this point. Karma 3, by the way, not the best 3-star 4 cost that we've ever seen. He's still rolling. I'm really surprised. I feel like in this situation, if I'm Escha, I'm just gambling, trying my best to outposition my opponents and seeing if I can get fight wins because it's just so hard to actually hit this many Karmas with that little gold.
He spent so much time worrying about rolling. I'm scared they didn't spend that much time worrying about positioning. As the Diana goes into the back line. Disruption now. It's going to be on the Garen, but he's not going to be able to do enough. Cannot take down these units. Nukumaru's, Aphelios, and Deathblade stacks are going. Garen ultis one more time, gets the shield, but it is not enough. Escha goes out in 8th, Mbappe in 7th, and Cheetu in 6th. Nukumaru, Hwanmi as well. Let's see. Hwanmi needs to be denied a first and a second. Shurikane rolling it down is finding more Dravens.
He does make
so that Warmogs is committed. Like, he's not going to be able to get that off until he makes the Draven 3. But we're a long way away from that. 6 Legionnaire. I mean, that's great because there's no Rage Blade, right? There's no attack speed item besides the Giant Slayer bow on the Draven. It's just going to be how the positioning comes down to.
Yeah, this is a really interesting choice from Shurikane because he's desperately needs to win this fight, and this is the pivotal fight, by the way. Nukumaru needs to knock out Shurikane, and if he's able to win that fight, then Shurikane's not potentially going to get over the point threshold, so having a full Warmogs on your bench feels really bad in this situation. As Nukumaru is able to cast away, there is a Riven in the backline, but it's the only unit left alive. Shurikane's going to take a massive fight loss here, and is down to 1 HP, in danger of going 5th place, and not getting into winning position for lobby number 5 for them. He's swapping sides. Is he getting it right?
Is he going to?
He's not getting it right. The Nocturne's on the right side. The Diana's on the right side. The Viego's on the right side. There are a bunch of units in the way, but will it make the difference?
Let's see. I mean, Nocturne's getting CC'd, but it's going to make its way there. No, the Draven aggro's on it first and takes down the Nocturne. Now just has to get through the Fiddlesticks. The Fiddle is already in Revenant form, and Shurikane lives another round. Xingqiu is 1 HP. If that was just 1 unit more, Shurikane would have been locked, but Nukamaro falls in 5th. That is huge for Shurikane.
The tournament along with their other Chinese player, Chi2, who's already there.
Xingqiu going to be 1 HP, but still a top 2 could do it. Huan Mi, though, looking pretty good to get there. This is an Ukshan 2. Rolling for a Phelios upgrade is going to put it in over the Ashe. Making more changes to the board as well. Keeps rolling. These are level 9 shops and not really hitting what he needs. There's no Volibear 2 upgrade. A Fiddle 2. It's going to go in. All right, 3 Mystic.
Teemo as well.
Teemo, that's going to be a big one. And Draven on the wrong side.
That's okay, though, because this Draven's going to avoid a ton of CC, and there's no Banshee's Claw. So I actually think this is the right side and thoughtful positioning from Shurikane. The Auction is in the back, and the Draven is gone. Shurikane's hopes along with it, but that's okay. He got done what he needed to get done. Huan Mi would really like Xingqiu to go out here. He does, so we know who is going to be in winning contention as we head into the next lobby. It's going to be Huan Mi, Delicious Milk, Chi2, and Shurikane, as well as Ashe as well. What is Milk going to choose to prioritize as we head to the final positioning?
He's up to 8 Hellion now. Either way has found the Tristana to put into it. This Teemo now has 3 items. The Volibear is upgraded on the other side from Huan Mi. Watch the Kled. Watch the Volibear CC. It's going to be knocking up the Kled. The Ukshan in the back line is not getting contested. Not Poly, not CC. Now it's going to be on the Kled. The Kled's going to go down. The Phelios and Ukshan still alive. This is surely going to be Milk going down here. And it will be. The last unit's fallen. Huan Mi takes game number 4.
And here we're looking at it, the 5 players, Delicious Milk, Chi2, Huan Mi, Esha, and Shurikane, all of whom, if they win Lobby 5, will be the winner of the Reckoning Championship.
Game, but we are heading on in now to game number 5, Frodan. It could end with this one. It is going to buy the Poppy right now, but oh man, Milk is really seriously taking it all down to the line of the Kled, sells the Poppy, makes 10 gold.
Just a temporary item hold position. Wow. He does find an opportunity for a bunch of 2-star units. What should he buy, though?
What's it? I mean, doesn't want to combine the Gragas, right? Because the glove would be stuck on it, and yeah, does not end up going for that. Was playing for a Draconic route as well. Huan Mi still playing for the Draconic game with the kind of, lost streak, make economy, sells the Kha'Zix 2 for this. Huan Mi is all in on a 1st or 8th style. I love this decision making. I love this play from Huan Mi.
Yeah, the only issue is he does not have Draconic. So he could be in one of those situations where he's in the Draconic waiting room for a long time. If there's no unit off the carousel, for example, and there's no unit that appear in the shop, how long is he willing to extend a lose streak without the Draconic? But the good news is that he's actually still pretty competitive. Oh my goodness, he's actually going up against this Kled. I believe that it's still going to be a situation where it's very close. His Hellions might still be able to get the win.
Oh,
Huan Mi doesn't want to win.
Oh man, the Ashe, the overtime means Kled wins. Xingqiu looking like not contesting Milk. Had 3 Kleds, of course, but had already leveled up to 5. A Tome!
A Tome! A Traits! And he can fish for the Hellions! Oh my goodness!
Here we go. Does he for 1 round just play Hellion so we can get that? You can get that emblem online. I mean, Sejuani 2 is nice for the board strength, but Milk shouldn't really be concerned about board strength right now. That's not really the priority.
It's true, and so he doesn't have to actually sell the Tome for quite some time. He can wait till it's much more favorable to get better traits because Sejuani has 3 of them, and there's been situations where you see Nightbringer and Brawler show up.
Oh, he pops it, and oh no.
Wait,
no Hellion emblem. Milk.
Wait, what?
Why would he at that point? I mean, the Tristana was in the shop. Milk could have just played a full just 4 Hellion board there, but now he's staring at these options and none of them are good.
What can you even pick? Spellweaver emblem?
I mean, Spellweaver is like the only thing that really does anything, right? And yeah, that's what's he's gonna pick, but that was so disastrous for Milk. To dictate which direction he wants to go. Just a Rage Blade now as the sole offensive item.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty much down to the armory that dictates potentially where his direction goes. He finds a Death Blade, is going to be smooth sailing in terms of itemization to find a way to make Aphelios work. And we know that how powerful Aphelios has been so far throughout the day, but we also have seen Shurikane use all 80 carries, basically. He's tried all of them and had middling success with a few, but also some resounding success with others. So I'm looking forward to see what Shurikane's able to build going into the 3-6. Mentioned, and he has 6 Kleds. He's a little bit behind relative to where we saw him last time on the Hellions.
Yeah, what's he thinking about right now? He's not rolling immediately. Maybe he's taking that time to scout. Finds a Kled, has to sell some units on the bench, but it's okay to drop things like Tristana's for now. One more.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So many cannons as well. That's big. All right. There it is.
Huge moment here for Delicious Milk. He can level, can play the 4th Hellion. And yes, he didn't get the ideal Hellion emblem off the Tome of Traits, but he's still in a pretty good spot in order to do that. Just needs the supporting items around it, and the 4-2 army can help. Going up against Shurikane, the other streaker. Shurikane has found the Aphelios. His Radiant Armory did give him a Warmog, not a defensive item. That's a bad news for Shurikane. His streak is in jeopardy, Crowan.
His streak is in jeopardy. The Kled is in the back line, dismounts, and this Aphelios is going to fall and is going to make some quick work of Irelia and the rest of the board as well. Milk hits Kled 3, starts punishing the rest of the lobby. Now with that Milk dipping below, is in the top 4 scenario right now. But oh wow, already actually leveling to 8.
Oh my goodness.
Akshan.
Oh my god. If he finds another Akshan.
Nico's help on the bench, ready, waiting. Maybe even a carousel Akshan as well.
Is he gonna? Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's in his interest to not actually try to win, not roll down, play a weak board or a weaker board. You don't want to take too much damage. You still want to be reasonably competitive.
Yeah.
Cheetu is going for the Akshan.
Wow.
And trying to cap out that way, and he's in a great position to do that.
Going up against Shurikane. Shurikane still not going to be that powerful. Has found a Teemo on the board as well. Cheetu may win this one. Take a look at where the Teemo Shrooms go. They have not hit the Akshan as of yet. Another swing around the board as, wow, yeah, the Aphelios goes down. Cheetu is not going to be in carousel range, or is he there? Irelia actually is still alive this whole time. Can she do it? Can she out-sustain? Oh man, another Akshan going around the circle, and no, Irelia is just slowly going to fall.
If you take a look at the end of stage 4, look at the health totals, Crowan. No one is firmly pulling away. Shurikane just has a 9 HP lead. We know how in stage 5 that can evaporate in a moment. From 2nd all the way even down to 7th, it's basically just one fight
from that round. But look at this roll down, Frodan. It's gonna be big.
Oh my god, he found it! The second Akshan, the extra gold that he's rolling down, finds additional units like the Rail 2. And that is going to be an Akshan due for Cheetu. He is one of the prime candidates. But look at the sheer amount of 2 stars. Everybody is getting strong.
Everybody's getting so strong, and Milk is as well. Already has the Cannon 3, the Spellweaver on it as well. Oh man, Ziggs wasn't quite on that board. Cheetu, this Akshan too.
And Dushingsha on the other side has the crit Lucian, but the Lucian with the culling is not going to be able to hit the Akshan. Cheetu's using the Akshan to try to all in and immediately takes out the Lucian in the back on the heroic swing. And that's going to be big damage over to Dushingsha because so many of his units survived. Gallia's not able to do anything on its own.
Oh, Cheetu. Akshan's going to do this one. Only a Gallia 1
Quite
frontline.
scuffed, no Teemo that he can buy. Delicious Milk is probably destined for a bot 4 here.
Oh, runs into Legionnaire board again, and this is the board that took him out previously, and it's looking to do the same again. The Kled is on the ribbon, but she's just going to go a couple autos and take out the Kled. This is going to be it for Milk, or is it? Yes, it's looking like it. The Ziggs 1 pops out, but it's not enough. Milk goes out in 6. Cause 3, but it's still 3 off on a 3-loss streak. It's looking like OCE may not be the world's winner. Esha is praying for good positioning, and it's decent. No. But no, Akshan is going to be able to get to the back line.
Oh, this Akshan 2 is just so powerful, and the heroic swing is going to challenge the backline Vel'Koz. The beam is going to miss it completely. Oh. Akshan does get turned temporarily, but now he's going to heroic swing one more time, and it's up to the Vel'Koz to be able to end it. But with 4 life, it's so unlikely.
No.
Oh no, Esha's eliminated from the World Championship in Game 5. Utilizing Draven as the primary carry, it would just be very fitting that Huanmi can take the World Championship on behalf of China. We'll have to find out. Cheetu versus Huanmi. This is the battle between the 2 strongest boards in the lobby. A battle between 2 players in China. Literally jumping to the back. Heroic swing away, not able to run away from the Legionnaires in time, and Hwami delivers a big critical blow to G2.
And on the other side here, Xixing She is going to lose, is going to go down. We know that. And they do it again.
The backline positioning worked out so well last time, but this time we're moving up. We're splitting up the front. Hwami once again rearranging. Everything shuffled to the back for sure. Kane trying to protect his Teemo. And here we go, the fight for the World Championship title. The initial Dawnbringer starting the back line. Teemo is still trying to occupy it with the mushrooms, and there's Heroic swing back. Akshan is down. Hwami is cornering everything. The day of reckoning has arrived. China has done it. Hwami is your Teamfight Tactics Reckoning World Champion.
We have Nukumaru in 8th place, still taking home $12,000, but Hwami at the top, taking home the title and $44,500. Frodan, what do you make of the final standings?
I mean, again, shout out to China. Like, they had 3 out of 4 players in the final game of the top 4.